Tomorrow morning, I guess I'm gonna do this. The hardest part's been getting kind of my physical self prepared to do this. It almost feels like part of my physical self is dying, but yet at the same time it's growing, kind of becoming one with myself. But that's not easy. It takes a lot of energy. But I know it'll be worth it. I've already had, people say, hey, just make sure you knew what the heck you're doing. And that warms my heart because I do know. And I honestly, all I want to do is help everybody stop feeling the pain. And I know it can work. I know how to communicate with people that can't even see or hear. I know how to communicate with everybody. And there is only one universal communication, and that is love. But true love, unconditional, undeserving love. And that's what I'm having right now. Yes, I realize how much negativity is going to come at me. And hey, at times, it's going to be really easy to take that negativity and turn it right back around and make it positive. And each time I do, each time you're going to start noticing the patterns and the vibrations. You'll start noticing patterns in what I'm saying. And this isn't a trick. This isn't a game. This is grace. You all mean everything to me because honestly, I know we're all one. How many times have you heard that in life? Every time you've thought negatively, I bet. But I am going to show you that every single negativity that you've felt up to this point has been a good thing. You will start noticing how easily you can see the truth by simply allowing yourself to look at the negativity. I know that you have felt that at some point you're going to have to work through your own personal issues, but you've avoided that because you can only imagine having to revisit all that pain. Trust me. I get that. But the truth is, I know how to get rid of all that pain and how to turn all that pain into your strength and how your inner self is going to grow by just simply recognizing that, hey, it's okay the mistakes you made in life. Really, until you wake up, how do you expect anything else? Because you've simply been living off survival. The only thing you've had to live with survival is the tools you've been taught. And what are the biggest tools? How to avoid danger. So the first time we were hurt, that was our first tool. It might have been as simple as when first time your butt was spanked as a baby. Or the first time your mother's breast was pulled out of your mouth and it made you cry. Or the first time your mom walked out of the room and left you alone. Each one of these experiences made you feel pain. Every single person in your life at one point or another has made you feel pain. So we start developing patterns that we're looking for. We start analyzing everything instantly, looking for the negativity. Not because we mean to, but that's what we've learned to survive. Every time you hear about someone's heart getting broken, you remember the negativity of it. Every time you hear any story, the negativity is what you remember the most. Imagine that. Every single thing that you think of is first looked at from a negative perspective. Wow. Imagine how much beauty has been missed. Now imagine looking back in all your past, how that negativity, you're going to realize there was positive and beautiful positive. You'll end up realizing that what you thought is your biggest weakness is actually your biggest strength. The one who hurt you the most is actually the one who helped you the most. The hardest part about this process is one of the absolute hardest things to do. And I hate even having to say it. But at some point, you're going to truly have to understand that all our pain that we have felt has truly come from ourselves. Nobody truly has ever hurt you, and you will understand why. But the hardest thing to do is truly love ourselves. And that means to give ourselves unconditional, undeserving love. Wow. When we think about that, who have we really ever done that to? Given unconditional, undeserving love. Yeah, I'm sure you might think, hey, parents, I sure hope so. Unfortunately, I know every single one of us, myself included, at one point or another, was not giving grace. Hey, and I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not judging. Shit, I'm the last person that needs to be judging anybody on anything. But the truth of the matter is, at any point that we got upset at the one that we thought we were giving grace to, why? Why would we be given upset? Our child is just learning. Its soul is just starting to grow strength. And the only fear it is born with is the fear of falling. Every single other fear in our life is taught to us by other people. The things we hear, the things we see. And realize all those people started learning by out of survival, out of pain, out of negativity, watching for the negativity, making sure that they don't get exposed to it again. The great thing is, I know there's another side to it. That's a great side. That's a side that you have had those gut feelings with. You know, what we want to call red flags. Or, let's see, when you walk into a room and you just know when someone's not good. Or when you see somebody beautiful, but as soon as you feel their vibrations, whether it be talking or whatever, you all of a sudden don't see them near as attractive. Your brain remembers absolutely everything. I guarantee it. Anything that is negative, it is remembering. Hey, the positives, they're not a threat. They go. But all the negativity, all the patterns keep piling up. We hit a point in life when, how many times have you heard someone say, I'm tired of living my life the way everybody else feels I should? Because guess what? All along you've known something's not right. Believe you me, I know. We've questioned many a things in our life, clear back when we were just learning. Question like, why? That just doesn't seem right. Even though everything else says it is. The truth of the matter is, once you start loving yourself, you will start feeling it inside you. You'll feel it start growing. Oh, it's going to feel trippy. You're going to think as if I put a trance on you. Trust me. I've been way too ADHD in my physical self to be able to study something that long, to even attempt to do something like that. Everything I'm saying is pure from my heart. Everything I'm going to show you, yeah, you're going to start seeing it. And it's all out of love. That's how I know the negativity will actually strengthen your love for yourself. Because as the negativity starts presenting itself, you're going to start recognizing that what you feel inside about what I'm saying is right. Even those of you that look at me out of simple humor because you're judging me, first off, you might want to ask yourself, why would you be judging me when all I'm trying to do is teach people how to love themselves and ultimately solve all the problems of the world? It's okay if you think I'm crazy. Just keep listening. Sooner or later, you're going to get it. And you know what? I won't be offended by the negative thoughts you've had until you do understand. But I know this is all for good, and I have absolutely zero negative intentions. I just want to give love. You know, think about that. If somebody walked up to you in a grocery store and looked at you and said, I love you. Have we not gotten to the point to where, ooh, that would be creepy. That would weird you out. Shit, you would think you'd think a lot of negative things. But those of you who wouldn't, and you know in your heart that you wouldn't, that you'd actually look at the human being and just say, thank you. I love you too. And just leave it at that. Share that precious moment together where nothing in the world mattered other than the simple fact that you two loved each other enough, loved yourself enough to be able to allow that to happen. You're going to see things are going to start getting better. There's going to be times that your brain is just going to feel flat. And when that happens, please stop the tape, back it up, and start at the beginning. Or at least start at the point that you remember. And when you're listening to me, listen to my words. Hear them in your head. Because if at any point you hear yourself thinking, you're not truly listening to me. So how can we possibly argue anything when we haven't even loved ourselves enough to simply listen to hear the truth? And yes, you can think we all have totally different truths. I agree. But I guarantee you, I will end up showing you how there is only one truth. And that one truth is going to be the positive. As soon as you look at the negative and look at it the other direction, you're going to find the truth. That sounds like some crazy mathematical tricky shit. But I have a feeling you're going to find this way of thinking is going to apply in all aspects of life. And as you allow your brain to think this way, it's going to get stronger. And the more things you just simply allow yourself to see, whether it be a hurtful memory, just allow yourself to bring it into your brain just enough to recognize it, and then find one single thing positive that could have possibly came from that experience, especially when you realize the way you view things is not the way the other person views it. One positive thing, or one thing that you feel you could be accountable for. Because then you have to realize that there is some positive in that negative. And as soon as you allow that to start happening, the negative starts imploding on itself. And the more and more it does that, the stronger you're going to get. The easier it becomes to instantly see the good and the bad, the positive and the negative, to where you get to the point to where all of a sudden that's all you see. You still recognize the negative. Oh, believe me, shit. I feel it. You know, I don't feel happy. I don't feel sad. I just feel a knowing. Every single thing I think about, I understand. Because all I have to do is look at the negative to see the positive. And even that way of thinking, where I only see the positive, and I only believe the positive because that's the only one truth, the negative will end up proving my point. Anyway, I'm running out of energy. I'll be back as soon as I get enough strength to be able to tell more of my story. And trust me, this is all just from my life experience. Hey, some things I say aren't going to be probably technically exactly accurate. I'm not going to debate that. I'm not telling you to take my word as gospel. I'm simply, out of love for yourself, telling you to just simply listen and let your heart tell you what I'm saying. You know good vibes and bad vibes. Have you felt any bad vibes? And if you have, please just take the time and recognize why you would be feeling bad vibes. Is it because what you've been taught? Or because what you feel in your heart? And if it's what you feel in your heart, please remember, I'm simply just telling you how I learned to love myself and how I know it can solve every problem in the world. With that being said, I love y'all, and I'll talk to you again soon.